will share a summary of what I have read in a book about discourse analysis. Without any further ado, I started from the first. Okay, for the first is different views of discourse analysis. There are in fact a number of differing views on what discourse analysis actually is. Mills, 1997, showed that the term discourse analysis has shifted from highlighting one aspect of language usage to another, as well as being used in different ways by different researchers. While Cameron and colleague 2003 argued that the instances of language in use that are studies under a teaching or under a textual-oriented view of discourse are still socially situated and need to be interpreted in terms of meanings and function. Crystal's 2008 analysis of Barack Obama's victory speech when he won the U.S. presidential election is an example of textual-oriented discourse analysis. Okay, one of the features Crystal notes in Obama's speech is the use of parallelism, where he repeats certain grammatical structures for rhetorical effect. Okay, let me explain. Parallelism is giving two or more parts of all sentences of the same form so that it gives a certain patterns. And for the rhetorical effect is effect of intended to pursue or impress. The following extract from the opening lines of his speech, Obama repeats who clauses, lowering the processing load of the speech, so that listeners will focus on the content of each the clauses that follow. If there is anyone out there who still doubt that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founder is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer. Obama also used lists of pairs in his speech to rhetorical fact are in it's the answer spoken by young and old, rich and poor, Democrat and Republican, black and white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, gay, straight, disabled and not disabled. That is example of textually oriented course analysis. And then let us move to the second. Discourse as the social construction of reality. The view of discourse as the social constructions of reality see text communicative units which are embedded in social and cultural practices. The texts we write and speak both shape and are shaped by these practices. Discourse is shaped language as well as shaping language. It is shaped by the people who use the language as well as shaping the language that people use. Purpose of the text also influence the discourse. Discourse also shapes the range of possible purposes of text. Johnston, 2007. Wetherell's 2001 analysis of the BBC Panorama interview with the late Diana, Princess of Wales. BBC 1995 provides an example of the role of the language in the construction of the social world. It shows how through the use of language, Diana constructs her social world, presenting herself as a sharing person and Prince Charles as a proud man who felt loud about the attention his wife was getting. Wetherell, 2001, page 15. As Rawls point out, as Diana and others speak on this and many other occasions, a formulation of the world comes into being. The world as described comes into existence at that moment. In an intense sense, the social reality constructed in the panorama, interview, and in other places of Diana's happy marriage became under media pressure didn't exist before its emergence as discourse. The further example from Cameron and Kulik, 2003, page 29. In their discussion of the history of the terms gay, lesbian, and queer, provide a further example of the connections between words and the meanings that become associated with them. Whenever people argue about words, they are also arguing about the assumptions and values that have clustered around those words in the course of their history of being used. And for the third is discourse and socially situated identities. When we speak or write, we use more than just language to describe to see us. The way we dress, the gestures we use, and the ways we act and interact also influence how we display social identity. As G 2011 argues, the ways we make visible and recognizable who we are and what we are doing always involves more than just language. It involves acting, interacting, and thinking in certain ways. The Princess of Wales, for example, notes in the panorama interview not only how she is expected to speak in the particular place and at the particular time, but also how she should dress, how she can use body language to achieve the effect that she wants, as well as the values, attitudes, beliefs, and emotions it is appropriate for her to express, as well as those it is not appropriate for her to express in these situations. Okay, that's all that I can share. Thank you very much for your nice attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.